they taste better, right? And one of the reasons they taste better is because when we feed a plant with chemical fertilizer, it's soluble. So when the water comes, it breaks down and it becomes soluble in the soil, and the plants take it up directly. Now normally, when plants develop in an ecological system, the way they develop is to build relationships. So from their roots, they send out chemical signals to the bacteria and the fungi to say, I'm here, come, and I can give you food to eat and you can benefit me. So they establish relationships throughout the soil. They establish relationships with the mycorrhiza, which is the fungi, the threads of fungi, and that can extend their ability to draw in nutrients from places which their roots couldn't normally reach. So there are all these synergistic relationships within a natural system which help to produce not just healthier food, but also, from my experience, much better tasting food. And it's because of these relationships that I believe we get the better taste and quality than if we just feed soluble fertilizers to plants. Yeah, obviously, you know, when you grow your own stuff, obviously it's going to take time to develop a system. But fruits and vegetables these days are very expensive, so a lot of people don't put the money out for them because, you know, it's expensive. So we tend to go into the supermarket, and if we can buy imported rice, you know, that might be full of chemicals, or imported lentils or imported meat, they might be cheaper because the countries in which they're produced are subsidizing the production of them, and then they're shipping them here, so our local market can't compete with it. So you have the situation in which, you know, this imported stuff is actually, the price of it isn't real because it's being subsidized by, say, American taxpayers or European taxpayers. So when you have a limited amount of disposable income and you have to feed a family, if you go to the greens market in Kingstown, you're not going to get organic, but you'll still get greens. But a lot of people find it too expensive because the greens are very expensive. So obviously if you're able to grow them in your backyard, you can eat an abundance of them, whilst at the same time not having to spend the money, you know. Which is a huge factor, totally.
You know, I think that it can also help condition the mind. As the plants bloom, the individual grew and bloom with the plant, because when you see something is growing, it brings some sort of vibes and happiness to you.
I mean, for myself, when I'm in my garden, it's a form of meditation. You know, it brings peace to me. When I'm there, I'm in the garden, I don't see it as hard work. It's a connection, and I'm getting a vibration off of the nature, which is enriching me.
It is a good idea to do garden in the backyard. It's not a hard thing to do it. That's easy.
In the future, we have to go there. Because if we notice chemical destroying everybody, destroying our planet and everything, so it's good for our people to know more. As I would have said before, we are lacking information. So I trust and pray that people would do research to find out and see the benefits that they would get from the organic farming.
I would totally encourage people to get their hands into the earth, reconnect with nature, you know, because I think that the future of humanity relies on us being able to reconnect with nature. You know, and this can be in small ways at first, but understanding where our food comes from and how it's produced would be a major step in terms of moving to a closer relationship with nature. I would encourage them to, you know, venture forth and start small, start really small. Because if you try to start too big, it may overwhelm you and you may be put off. But if you start small, then you just build on your successes.